I see. I like that's what I liked about Knights of the Old Republic is being able to take that dark path. Like I like that kind of stuff when you can dip into the Sith. You know, when you can follow the light and be a Jedi, or you can go the other way and be dark and
Oh, for sure.
be evil.
Yeah, and it's so funny. Like, it's just so much more fun to play the game if it's evil. To be honest, it's like you
The
get. I
stronger.
remember. Yeah, you're so in like I remember like one of the first things like when you get like maybe a couple hours into the original Knights of the Old Republic, like you you like go to this little droid shop, right? And this guy's like, "Oh, I got this droid here, and well, I'll give him to you for like 3,000 credits." And it's just like, okay, I barely even have like a few hundred right now. And then you have the option of being like choosing a dark side option, just saying, "Give it to me for free." It's like, okay, I think I'll take it for free.
Right? Yeah, it's
But
like, oh, I could play the white hat, and oh, guess I'll
you know
save
what?
up my credits and go
No,
do
you know
some
what? I'll
side
go.
missions.
Yeah, I'll go back to being good later.
Or you can play dark hat and start electrocuting the store owner and then take it from him.
Trust me, though, I'm a good guy. Otherwise, but I swear, it's just the credits. It's credits. That's all.
I just can't afford it, so I'm gonna zap you until you give it to me.
It's all right. I'll save some people in the hallway later, and that'll bring my light side points back up. So I'm
Yeah, yeah, the scale.
good.
Well, the
Yeah,
great thing about Knights of the Old Republic is, for people that have played it on the Xbox, and then for folks that have kept playing it, and then they got they released it for mobile, so you could actually buy it for like a couple bucks and play it on your phone. But the best path in Knights of the Old Republic is the Jolie Bindo path, and that's where you're not fully light or fully dark. You're just a gray Jedi. You're right in the middle of the karma.
huh?
Yes, the gray Jedi, because that way you can take advantage of Jedi heal, right? Which is like the light side power you want. But then you can just be an asshole when you want to be an asshole.
Force
Like
choke or whatever it's called.
You're
force choke.
actually you're actually it's the hardest way to play that game other than not being a Jedi at all and just sticking to lasers and
Yeah,
rifles.
Yeah, especially in the first game. So that was like a big thing. Like I remember I made a video, I talked about it. Like one of the big gripes a lot of people had was with HK-47. I mean, everyone loves the character, but he wasn't really on the same par as the Jedi characters, right? And they ended up kind of fixing that in the second game, even though he's not available to like the last like 20% of the game. But yeah, that was kind of like a big thing. Like, I wish they maybe would have made some of the ranged characters, especially like the blaster people, like just maybe a little bit more balanced, or so you'd have a little motivation to play them. Because like every time you play the game, you're playing as Jedi. If you know how you're doing, you're playing as a Jedi. Everyone is.
I mean, if you want to have a comfortable playthrough, you go Jedi. But I mean, I remember I did one playthrough where I had HK and I had the Mandalorian guy,
Yeah.
and then I had blasters too, and that was my team. I just used those three because yeah, it was most people would just pick a party of three Jedi, including yourself.
Yeah, but there's obviously an advantage to doing it from a role playing experience, and that's what made the game so good, right? So like you could go back and for people that weren't like in the min max mentality, or especially if you played your first playthrough, you could go back and do something like that. It's gonna be a little more challenging to get through the game, but it's really funny. Like HK-47 has so many good one liners if you do play with them,
Yeah.
and that's what makes them so memorable. But yeah, I mean, I guess we won't spend too much time talking on Star Wars. One more thing I'll mention is the trailer dropped for Jedi Fallen Order 2. I don't know if you guys had an opportunity to see that, but that looks kind of juicy. It's called so the game is going to be called Jedi. So Star Wars Jedi Survivor. And so the trailer is kind of basically you got this like dark force user that's going to be kind of an antagonist, and then there's this mysterious guy in this Bacta tank, which I kind of have a theory for. I just made a video about. But that should be exciting. And, you know, obviously, I actually really liked Fallen Order. I thought it was refreshing, especially when, you know, it's a linear game. You know, it's not an open world game. But if you understand what it is, I mean, you know, and you're willing to approach it that way, you know, I actually really held a deep appreciation for it, especially after what we got from Battlefront, really. So to me, I'd say it's probably the best Star Wars game that has come out since Knights of the Old Republic. And I don't know what you guys' thoughts are.
I mean, I do stutter. I watch a lot of Let's Plays, and I've watched most of that game played through. But the thing for me is I want to watch like the cinematics more than anything, and from what the majority of players, the players that played, um, what is it, the Fallen Order, the first one, um, they say that the game, you're pretty much you're a very strong Jedi, and the boss fights, they can be pretty tricky at first. But once you learn the mechanics and the moves, you really don't have um, too much of a
Yep.
hard time.
No,
And
no.
when you get to the end of the game, the cinematic revealing Darth Vader, that whole cinematic where he just rises up, he kills his Inquisitor because she failed him, and she just
Yep.
flings the other the other. I think she was an Inquisitor that was trying to go to the light side. Just flings
Oh
her off the
man,
ledge.
Gator, you
And
got to see that scene. Like, you don't need to play the game, but
you
that
don't even need
scene.
to play the game,
Oh my God,
but he
we were
just
just
he just
talking about Rogue One. Remember in the hallway scene with Vader, right? And
yeah.
how that
Yep.
felt. It's the same. You feel the same. It's just like, oh shit, he's there. Oh, that's right. He's around. Oh man, it's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
That's in Fallen Order.
Yeah. It's kind of like the
Oh, cool.
climax of the end of the game.
Oh,
And
oh,
yeah.
I was gonna say one more thing I will mention is actually my girlfriend and I started playing a Lego Star Wars game, and
Oh,
it's
cool.
actually really really fun. And and it's a co-op, split screen co-op, which
Sure.
you don't see a lot anymore these days. So
No.
yeah, we've had some fun just kind of playing that and figuring out the little puzzles that they give you, and yeah, just it has a nice team aspect to it, and the gameplay isn't too hard for her especially, and we just run around, um, you
That's
know,
cool.
building Legos essentially.
Yeah, no, that is cool. Like, so I've played a Lego Star Wars game in the past, but it was kind of an older one. I think it was maybe on like a PS3 game. Do you is it a new is it a new game like?
Oh, the one we got, hang on, it's right over here. Um, I forget. No, it's not the brand new one. It's a few years old, but it's one of the sequel trilogy games.
Okay,
Um, it's
cool.
the
So
it's the Lego game for that, and we just went up to GameStop and picked up a used copy, and
oh, fun.
yeah, it's been pretty because we wanted a game that we could play together, and
It's a good
on the
one.
same screen on the same console. So yeah, and this one's been perfect. So there's an idea for you out there who don't know what you want to play with your girl or significant other.
Gator's got your back.